Don't know if that's the best message, but it's the 90s and it is what it is.
Seen it once, don't remember when. Think it's time to watch it again. Follow, subscribe, stay up to date. Episodes drop the last Friday. It's a Matt, forgot that. It's a Matt, forgot that. It's a Matt, forgot that podcast.
Welcome to the Matt Forgot That podcast, the place to recollect and reminisce. I'm your host, Matt Seroski, filmmaker, film fan. Each episode, I'm going to rewatch and review a movie or TV pilot that I've seen before but don't quite remember. It could be a blockbuster, critic's choice, or cult classic. To join in on the conversation, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've reviewed, or want to share your own trip down memory lane, use the hashtag MattForgotThat on social. Before we start, this episode for some reason has a house theme. We're doing a review of House Party. We're going to talk about Massive Attack, and you'll see the connection later. And my recommendation is House Arrest. So I figured, with my little intro, I'll tell you about a house party that I once attended. So me and my three friends were having a sleepover. This was in middle school, I think. We were a little older. And one of our classmates was having a bit of a get-together at her house. So we decided to walk, because we didn't bring our bikes, all the way to her house. And we hung out, had a really good time, but then her parents arrived. And that's when the fun started, because we all snuck out the back door, leapt over the backyard fence, at which I lost my shoe. My friend and I had collided in midair, and my shoe came whiffling off, so all four of us in the dark, desperately trying to find a sneaker that I got at Payless for like $15. So good news is, I got my shoe, and then we went back to my friend's house. That was probably the most entertaining house party that I ever been to. At least one that's kind of family-friendly to tell. So what was your most memorable house party? Hit me up on social media using the hashtag MattForgotThat. On to the main attraction. Each review will end with a ranking out of 5 stars. 1 star is skip it, 2 stars watch at your own risk, 3 stars standard fare, 4 stars worth checking out, and 5 stars must see. Now, if I give a title 5 stars, it doesn't mean I'm comparing it to Casablanca, Jaws, or Seinfeld. I rank titles based on other movies or TV series in that genre and at that time period. In this episode of the podcast, I'm rewatching and reviewing House Party from 1990. It was directed by Reginald Hudlin, who helmed rom-com Boomerang, comedy The Ladies' Man, documentary The Black Godfather, and episodes of The Bernie Mac Show, Modern Family, and Psych. He was nominated for 1 Oscar for Best Motion Picture of the Year as producer on Django Unchained. The screenplay was written by the director, based on his short film made in 1983. It stars Kid and Play, the iconic hip-hop duo consisting of Christopher Kid Reed and Christopher Play Martin. Originally involved in rival music groups, they combined their talents in 1987, carving out a niche with their upbeat, party-centric style. Their debut album, Too Hype, introduced hits like Rollin' with Kid and Play and Gittin' Funky, establishing them as chart-friendly, dance-oriented entertainers. It peaked at number 9 on the US top R&B hip-hop albums and was certified platinum. They followed up with Funhouse in 1990 and Face the Nation in 1991, the former reinforcing their fun-loving brand, while the latter took a more mature turn, though with less commercial success. What truly set Kid and Play apart was their ability to transcend music and become multimedia stars. Their starring roles in the House Party film series turned them into cultural icons, leading to a Saturday morning cartoon series, a Marvel comic book series, and appearances on Sesame Street. As the musical landscape shifted in the mid-1990s, Kid and Play began to pursue individual paths. Kid moved into television and acting, hosting Your Big Break and It's Showtime at the Apollo, and appearing in various sitcoms, while Play focused on Christian media, digital production, and education. Kid and Play remain close and occasionally reunite for special appearances, nostalgia tours, and events celebrating the legacy of 90s hip-hop. Their impact extends beyond chart positions. They represented a joyful, danceable side of hip-hop that appealed across age groups and demographics. House Party also features Robin Harris, Tisha Campbell, Clifton Powell, John Witherspoon, and Martin Lawrence. So let's jump into it. This is what I remember. It's rare that I can recall exactly where I saw a movie for the first time, and this occurred at a sleepover. It was at my friend's house. There were about 20 of us. It might have been around his birthday, which is why there were so many people, but we watched this movie. Though ironically, I don't remember if I liked it or not. And of course you have the now famous dance battle between Kid and Stab, a perfect example of how the movie blends humor and music. Now I'm heading off to rewatch the movie. This is what I forgot. House Party follows two best friends, Kid and Play, as they attempt to throw the party of the century. When Kid's strict father grounds him for skipping school, his rebellious spirit isn't crushed. Instead, he hatches a plan to sneak out and join Play, who's having a party at his house that night while his parents are on vacation. As the night unfolds, things quickly spiral out of control. What begins as a small gathering of high school friends quickly turns into an unforgettable night filled with music, dancing, pranks, and drama. Here's a quote without context. "I gotta get this fan fixed. It's so hot in here, I could have sworn I saw the devil sitting in the living room." House Party is a cultural touchstone that captures the exuberance of adolescence, the dynamics of friendship, and the spirit of 90s hip-hop. At its heart, it's about friendship. Kid and Play represent the archetypes of two inseparable friends, each bringing their unique qualities to their dynamic. Kid is more laid-back, smooth talker, while Play is the confident, showboating party host. The movie's central theme revolves around their bond as they navigate teenage rebellion, with the pair continually supporting one another in the face of increasingly ridiculous situations. While the movie is mostly lighthearted and comedic, its subtlety addresses the idea of class differences and how parties and social gatherings are used as markers of status. The film's portrayal of adults, especially parents, serves as both comedic and cautionary. Kid's relationship with his father is a source of tension. Play's parents, on the other hand, are largely absent from the story, allowing Play to throw a party without interference. The absence of authoritative figures at the party highlights the carefree, rebellious spirit of the youth, but also illustrates the lack of adult guidance during a pivotal moment in these teenagers' lives. House Party showcases hip-hop and dance as the central element of youth culture. House Party is a comedy that is both lighthearted and irreverent, filled with slapstick humor, quick-witted exchanges, and absurd situations. From the hijinks at the party to the wild chase scenes, the movie makes excellent use of the comedy genre's tools to keep the pacing fast and the laughs frequent. Reginald Hudlin's direction allows the performances of the young actors to shine, with Kid and Play's chemistry and comedic timing becoming a central part of the film's appeal. The movie's visual style captures the energy of a house party, with bright colors, dynamic camera angles, and frequent shots of people dancing, laughing, and celebrating. House Party is a quintessential teen comedy that brought fun, humor, and style together, and remains timeless thanks to its hilarious plot, iconic dance battles, and heartwarming moments about friendship and self-discovery. Now for a little trivial trivia. Kid and Play developed their signature move, the toe touch and kicks, as backup dancers for Salt and Peppa, which is featured during one of the dance sequences. House Party was produced by Warrington Hudlin and distributed by New Line Cinema. It was filmed on location in Los Angeles. The cinematography was captured by Peter Deming, whose filmography includes legal comedy, My Cousin Vinny, psychological thriller, Lost Highway, slasher sequel, Scream 2, and dark comedy, I Heart Huckabees. It was edited by Earl Watson, who worked on rom-com Boomerang, buddy cop spin-off, Car 54 Where Are You?, sports comedy, The Great White Hype, and music drama, You Got Served. The score was composed by Lenny White, Marcus Miller, and Ronnie Hooks. Miller and Hooks would also team up for Above the Rim. The soundtrack featured songs by Luther Vandross, LL Cool J, Flava Flav, the Jamaica Boys, and Full Force. The runtime is 1 hour 40 minutes. It had a budget of $2.5 million and grossed $26 million at the box office. There were 2 sequels, House Party 2 and 3, released in 1991 and 1994 respectively. A direct-to-video sequel, House Party 4, Down to the Last Minute, didn't feature any of the original cast. House Party, Tonight's the Night, was a follow-up to Part 3, and marked the return of Kid and Play to the franchise. A reboot was made in 2023, featuring Jacob Lattimore and Tosin Cole, with cameos by Kid Cudi, Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, and Anthony Davis. In 2022, the original was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. On the Ski Index, I give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you've seen House Party and have opinions on the movie, let me know what you think using the hashtag #MattForgotThat. Moving right along, each episode, I'm going to post throwback clips that I think people should watch. It could be movie trailers, music videos, interviews, or something completely random. Search for my YouTube page and there'll be a playlist called Matt Forgot That Playback. Massive Attack is often regarded as one of the most influential and pioneering bands in the world of electronic music. Emerging from the vibrant, genre-blending scene of 1980s Bristol, England, the band played a pivotal role in shaping the trip-hop genre, a melancholic fusion of hip-hop beats, ambient soundscapes, dub, reggae, jazz, and soul. Massive Attack was formed in 1988 by DJs Grant Daddy G. Marshall and Andrew Mushroom Vowels, and rappers Robert 3D Del Naga and Adrian Tricky Thaws. They were heavily influenced by the club scene and a burgeoning movement called Bristol Sound, which was defined by an eclectic approach to music. In 1988, they released the single Any Love, which was a modest hit, but caught the attention of the British underground. They signed to Circo Records, and their debut album, Blue Lines, dropped in 1991 and introduced the world to trip-hop. Tracks like Safe From Harm and Daydreaming quickly became iconic anthems thanks to their genre-defying mix of emotional depth, rhythmic complexity, and innovative production techniques. Unfinished Symphony became a cultural touchstone, both as a club anthem and an introspective, heart-rendering piece that captured the fusion of pain and hope. With its sweeping orchestration and haunting vocals by Sharon Nelson, it became one of the most beloved tracks of the 1990s, and is still considered a seminal song in both electronic and pop music. Their follow-up album, Protection, marked a significant evolution in Massive Attack's sound, with the group continuing to experiment with layers of rhythm, atmosphere, and guest collaborations. The album is notably more refined in terms of production and mood, incorporating more lush, orchestral elements, and the introduction of darker, jazzier tones. The single Protection, featuring Tracy Thorn of Everything But the Girl, refined their formula, blending emotive melodies with politically charged, dystopian lyrics. The album's deeper social commentary resonated with a post-1990s generation, grappling with issues of identity, societal malaise, and disillusionment. Released in 1999, Mezzanine is widely regarded as Massive Attack's magnum opus, a dark, brooding, and immersive exploration of the psyche. This album marked a shift toward a more menacing sound, with thick, distorted bass lines, industrial textures, and sinister atmospheres that became a defining characteristic of the album. The single Teardrop, featuring Elizabeth Fraser of Cocteau Twins, would become the theme song of the television series House. See the connection? Their next album, 100th Window, took the group's sound in a different direction, incorporating elements of electronic and post-punk, showcasing a more minimalist, glitchy aesthetic. While still deep and atmospheric, 100th Window had a more clinical, colder tone compared to its predecessors. After a lengthy hiatus, Massive Attack returned in 2010 with Heligoland and returned to form. The much-anticipated album found the group revisiting some of the atmospheric, intricate production of earlier albums, while also continuing to explore new territory. The album felt like a meditation on the passing of time, the state of the world, and the inner workings of the human condition. From their early days in Bristol to their continued influence in the present, Massive Attack's career has been marked by constant reinvention, artistic risk-taking, and emotional depth. They remain one of the most beloved and respected groups in modern music, with a legacy that continues to inspire new generations of listeners and musicians. I've selected a couple of clips of their biggest hits. They're all available in the Matt Forgot That Playback playlist on YouTube. Check it out. Now it's time for the recommendation. Yes, that's the word recommendation with Matt in the middle. I'm going to end each podcast with my own recommendation of a movie or TV series. Today I'm talking about House Arrest. It tells the story of siblings Grover and Stacy Beindorf, who discover that their parents are planning to divorce, and decide to take drastic measures to keep the family together by locking mom and dad in the basement until they work things out. What starts as a desperate move quickly turns into a neighborhood phenomenon, as other kids from school begin showing up at the Beindorf house, with their own sets of bickering parents in tow, hoping for similar results. Before long, the basement becomes an impromptu relationship boot camp, hosting a variety of quirky and dysfunctional couples trying to figure out where things went wrong. It stars Kyle Howard, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Pollak, and Amy Saskasitz. It also features Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jennifer Tilly, Wallace Shawn, Christopher McDonald, Colleen Camp, and Ben Stein. It was directed by Harry Wenner, based on a screenplay by Michael Hitchcock, best known for his work as a writer on Mad TV. House Arrest is a lighthearted, family-friendly film that explores the ups and downs of relationships. Despite the comedy hijinks and the absurdity of the situation, from mistaken escapes to basement brawls, the heart of the film lies in its message, that families, even when imperfect, are worth fighting for. As the days go by, both kids and parents begin to understand each other better, learning valuable lessons about communication, compromise, and love. House Arrest delivers laughs, heartfelt moments, and a sweetly optimistic view of family life. It's a nostalgic 90s family comedy that blends slapstick humor with emotional sincerity, reminding audiences that sometimes it takes being locked in a room together to really open up. Don't know if that's the best message, but it's the 90s and it is what it is. That's all for this edition of Matt Forgot That. Thanks for listening to me reminisce. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've reviewed, or want to share your own trip down memory lane, use the hashtag MattForgotThat on social. Head over to mattseroski.com for all the latest news and updates, and come back next time for the rewatch and review. The movie makes excellent use of the comedy genre's tools to keep the pace fast and moving. My mouth just went off course there. Wow, that's a loud helicopter. That's like FBI level helicopter. Maybe I should turn on the news to see if there's like a murderer running loose.